with Tao. Purposely, I have changed the caption of the talk's live streaming from live with Tao to much deeper aspect, life with Tao. Tao is that principle that is, that cannot be put into the words. As Lao Tse says in Tao Te Ching, it is unseen, unexpressed, yet it gives birth to many things out of that. So that's why what happens when you are harmony with your inner nature, which is Tao or Dham or Dharma, life moves in a totally different dimension. It is relevant, therefore, to call these live streamings as life with Tao. When you move into solitude, you are moving to the thread. When you move into solitude, you are moving into the nature. If you are really alone, not even thinking of others, you will feel the world of nature around you for the first time. Slowly and slowly you will become attuned to it. As such as you are now, right now, you are attuned to society. If you fall from this attunement to the society, you are attuned to nature. You are attuned to the nature. When the rain comes, they are always coming, but you cannot understand the language of rains because you are not attuned to the language of rains. They do not say anything to you. They do not mean anything to you. At the most, some utilitarian things about the rain being needed is realized. So there is some use, but you do not have, or you cannot have any kind of dialogue. You cannot understand the language of the rains. The rains has no personality to you. But if you leave the society, the social norms and conditionings for the first time and remain in your aloneness, you will start feeling a new phenomenon. The rain will come and there will be a dialogue between you and the rain. When you come into the silence, as if this silence is communicating something to you. There is a dialogue happening between you and the silence, the solitude. You will start feeling a new phenomena. Rain will come and they will talk to you. Then you will feel the moods of the rain. Have you ever known different moods of silence, different moods of solitude? Something like this you have never heard. Someday the rain is, if you begin to understand the moods of the rain, you will understand some days rain is angry and some days it is very soothing and loving. Someday this whole sky appears depressed, and another day it is dancing. Some days sun rises as if without any will on its own, forced to do its work, and someday on its own. Now it is not a work but a play. When you experience your solitude, you will find, when you realize what solitude is, what harmony is, you will begin to understand its moods. Sometimes in the company of your beloved, of the master, it happens. You and the solitude, you and the harmony are beginning to flow into one another. You begin to understand its various moods as the moods of the rain. Some days the rain is angry, the other day is very soothing and loving. Some days the sky appears to be depressed, the other day totally loving. Some days sun seems that it has been forced. It doesn't want to get out of its bed, but commitment has made it to rise, to continue to do its work. Other day it is doing on its own free will. This is the nature when you experience solitude for the first time. You come in harmony with the nature. Some days things are happening out of your own joy. Other days it is out of compulsion that you have to do. But it is a combination. When it begins to happen that everything is happening through you or doing it, it is out of your inner joy, not as a commitment, not that the circumstances or situations like you are working. Many things you see that you have no option, out of compulsion you have to do things. And there are moments when you do things out of your own free will, out of your own joy. You are beginning to feel, realize the moods around you. Nature has its own language to communicate. So is the silence. So is the inner harmony. Has its own language, but it is silent. And unless you are silent, you cannot understand it. First, you have to experience your own inner silence, realize it, and then you can understand. Just as if you are in harmony within, you will be, if there is no disturbance within, you will be able to understand my words as they overflow. But in inner chaos, You will not be able to understand the language that I am speaking of. So there are different layers that individual goes through. The first layer is of attunement with the society. Each one of you is attuned to the society because of conditionings and so many other factors. The second layer is attunement to the nature. And the final or the third layer, the deepest, is with Tao or Dham or Dharma. Indeed, that is the pure existence. Then the three, then the rain, the clouds, they are also left behind. Then just existence. Existence has no moods. Silence has the moods. Rain has moods. Existence has no moods. Existence is always same. It is always same, always festive, exploding with overflowing energy. But one has to first move from the society to the nature, then from the nature to existence. When you are attuned with the existence, in harmony with the existence, you are alone. But this aloneness is different from that of the child in mother's womb. Mother's womb child has a certain type of aloneness, but this aloneness that I am talking of is different. He is enclosed in darkness. In mother's womb, the child is enclosed in darkness. That's why he feels alone. The whole world exists around him, but he is not aware of it. His aloneness is of the nature of ignorance. When you become consciously silent, as happened this morning as you entered into meditation and through that into your own inner space, when you become consciously silent or consciously enter into your own space, you are one with existence. Your aloneness will not be surrounded by darkness. It will be surrounded by a light that is not created, that always is. The light that you know is lighted object and you consider it light. For the child, the womb is the world. For the child in the womb, the world does not exist because he is unaware. For you, the world is not there because the world and you have become one. When you reach the deepest core of your being, you are alone again. And this aloneness is because of the dissolution of ego. Ego is lost. Ego is given to you by the society. The moment you are disconnected with the society, really you are disconnected with the egocentric identities and ego, you can persist a little even when you are in nature, although it will not be as much as it is society. When you move alone, your ego starts disappearing because it is always in relationships. Look at this phenomenon. With every individual, your ego changes. If you are talking to your servant, your, you look inside, you look at the nature of ego, see how it is. If you are talking to a friend, look within again, see how the ego is. If you are talking to your employer, your nature of ego will be different. When you are talking to your subordinate, when you are talking to your beloved or lover, look within. See whether the ego is or not. If you are talking to an innocent child, look within again. The ego will not be there because it will be really stupid to be an egoist while interacting with a child. You will feel that this would be a stupid life. So while playing with children, you become a child. You will feel that this would be stupid, so while playing with the children, you become like a child. You become a child. You cannot play as an adult then. The child does not know the language of ego as yet. And being egoistic while interacting with a child, you will look awkward. So when you play with children, they pull you down. They bring you back to your own childhood. That's why when you are interacting with the children, you become one like them. They will bring you down back to your childhood. When you are talking with a dog, you are playing with the dog. The ego that the society has given to you cannot exist because with a dog there is no question of ego. If you are walking with your dog, a very beautiful and expensive dog, and someone crosses the street, even the dog seems to give you ego, but the dog is not giving you ego. It is the man who is passing. You become straight, you feel elated because you have a very beautiful dog and the man looks jealous to you. Ego is there. If you move into the forest, what is the use of ego there? Ego disappears. Hence, the insistence of all the religions is to move, at least for some time, into the world of the nature. This is how this particular sutra moves. Enough for now.